Hello, everyone. Today I'm going to be talking about Robert Pattinson's Batman and his refusal to use performance enhancers and basically what I like about it. Just a reminder, I'm not a doctor, I'm not a chemist, and I don't pretend to be either. I do not encourage the use of any substances, legal or illegal, and this video is strictly for educational and entertainment purposes only. So in his role as the Batman, he said he refused to take the risk of using steroids, which I personally think is a great move. He continued to exercise, and for his role actually looked a lot like an MMA fighter, which I think, personally, as someone who's a fan of Batman, they made him look bigger in the comics, but for someone who needs to be flexible, agile, fast, quick, and needs to have the speed, striking power, and ability, it would make more sense for the Batman to be a little bit leaner and have more abilities to fight, especially if he's not taking performance enhancement in the comics. Logically, Batman would even have a good amount of fat on him as well, as being low in body fat hurts one's body, and thus it would be the body's ability to function as the same way as too much fat hurts the body's ability to function in sport. To me, it only seems logical that a man who fights and lifts sparingly with PEDs would look muscular, but not like a bodybuilder, which I think is what Robert Pattinson definitely went for in his new film. If you want to make an argument that Black Adam, Shazam, or Superman actors need to be more jacked, I would consider that to be logical, as they are characters that are superhuman. They're not really human anyways, and they're, in comparison to Batman, Batman's just a man who dresses up and fights crime. So his main component is his intelligence, his ability to fight, and his gadgets, which I think there should be, as with some older films, more of an emphasis on and less about the physique of the Batman. I heard Pattinson had to deplete water for one or more scenes and used a subpar diet model due to the Hollywood nutritionists being, frankly, quite out of date and archaic on their diet models. We've heard the chicken, broccoli, and rice diet over and over again, and this one didn't seem to be too different, with low fat diet for him as well, which can obviously be detrimental. And my response to that is the production should have been better in the dietary department, obviously. And instead of having someone deplete water for simply for a movie role, which is extremely dangerous and can damage the kidneys, I wish that the production simply would have edited Pattinson to look better, rather than taking a risk on his health. Water depletion and diuretic usage has killed so many over the years, and especially in bodybuilding, and is one of the main killers of bodybuilders, actually. It's not like we don't have the tools to make an average physique look better on scene. In fact, we do it regularly. We even enhance people who already look enhanced on screen all the time. So I think it's only natural that if we wanted to save someone's health, we could make them look bigger, more muscular, or whatever, and that way they don't have to put their bodies on the line with steroids or diuretics. Not saying he took diuretics, but water depletion in itself is a dangerous game. Many misunderstood Pattinson, including me, thinking that he wasn't going to work out for this role at all. I think he might have been misquoted. But what he meant was that he wasn't going to compromise his health by taking steroids or other PEDs, or the cocktail of drugs that other people in Hollywood take, which I have a huge amount of respect for, especially because he doesn't even play a character that's supposed to be on PEDs or is supposed to be superhuman. Overall, I think his choice was the right one, although his hormone levels might be all messed up due to his poor dieting model, which seems to be a low-fat diet model, which is what they used to use for bodybuilding. But the thing is, when you're on synthetic steroids, you don't need as many calories and as many fats to produce the natural amount of hormones in your body, because you're getting it synthetically. So if he wanted to use TRT to prevent crashing and still use a subpar diet model, I would find that respectable, because that's just to prevent the crashing of via therapeutic replacement. Ideally, though, he would just have a better diet model in the form of utilizing a higher fat concentration in his lowering his calories, because we all know that, or at least I'm fairly certain most people know, that fats are very essential for your body to utilize in the creation of hormones, and your sex hormones in specific don't get will crash when you deplete calories in general, exercise more, and then if you have a subpar diet model, that just adds another layer. We know this with natural bodybuilders by looking at their blood work over the years, and I think that overall, he probably would have been better if he just took a small dose of TRT just to get through the movie role and then maybe go off of it, or maybe even HCG just to keep his levels stable. Or, I mean, frankly, ideally, I would have him just on a better diet model, because frankly, I'm really tired of seeing Hollywood diet models of the chicken, broccoli, and rice, which is the old bodybuilder diet for cutting, and it doesn't work nearly as well as a lot of different diet models, such as the Stan Efforting vertical diet. Like, I've heard so many people have great successes with that. I think there's so many different diet models that utilize fat in a much better manner comparatively, in my opinion. But that is going to be it. I wanted to say that I think Robert Pattinson made the right choice, and I think that people who utilize steroids to play characters that don't need it, they're just putting their health at risk for short-term gain. And I'm not going to criticize them, because obviously I've done my own stuff with, the legal steroids. And I just think that people need to put their health first, which is what I'm doing now, because I'm personally just on TRT right now. And that's it. I don't do anything else except for some, fish oil and N-acetylcysteine. But overall, I think people would be a lot better off if their role models were not taking steroid enhancements, and maybe they would just use video editing, honestly, because video editing could save a lot of these actors the potential risks of having, further heart attack, stroke, lowering good cholesterol, raising bad cholesterol, all the negative things we know about steroids. And personally, I think that would be a better model for people to go through in the future. But that's just my opinion. If you liked the video, guys, please like it and get it promoted to others. Subscribe to my channel, hit that bell notification. And if you're on Rumble, hit that Rumble button. I will see everybody in the next one. And until then, I hope everyone has a good one.